Welcome to Charles Travels, the podcast where we explore the world and all its wonders. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm excited to share another fascinating story with you today. But first, let's talk about something that's been making headlines recently, a massive Verizon outage that left millions of people without basic connectivity. As you may have heard, Verizon, one of the biggest carriers in the US, suffered a major service outage that affected a large portion of the country. The outage began at around noon EST and peaked about 40 minutes later, with over 175,000 outage reports registered on Down Detector. The hardest hit areas were major cities like New York, Washington, Boston, Chicago, Atlanta, and Los Angeles. But what's really interesting is that many Verizon users took to social media to report the issue, with the most common symptom being the dreaded SOS icon on their phones. And while some other carriers, like T-Mobile and AT&T, seemed to be experiencing issues as well, it turned out that their networks were actually working fine. The problem was that people were trying to reach those on Verizon's network. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with travel? Well, my friends, in today's connected world, having a reliable phone signal is crucial, especially when we're on the go. Whether we're navigating unfamiliar cities, staying in touch with loved ones back home, or simply trying to find the best local restaurant, our phones are an essential tool for any traveler. And that's why this Verizon outage is such a big deal. It highlights just how vulnerable we can be when our technology fails us. Imagine being in a foreign country, unable to contact your hotel or find your way back to your accommodation. It's a scary thought, and one that reminds us of the importance of being prepared and having a backup plan when we travel. So, as we continue to explore the world and all its wonders, let's not forget about the technology that helps us get there and what happens when it fails us. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we continue our journey today, I'd like to share with you a heartwarming story from Los Angeles, where music and community have come together in the face of loss. You may recall the devastating wildfires that swept through the greater LA area last year, leaving many without homes and cherished belongings. For husband and wife TV composers Brandon J. and Gwendolyn Sanford, the fires took not only their home, but also hundreds of musical instruments, each holding sentimental value and stories. In the aftermath, Brandon did something remarkable. He posted on Facebook about the emotional value of these lost instruments and how he wished to replace them with ones gifted by friends. This simple act sparked a chain reaction of kindness within the community. At a local event in Pasadena, friends, acquaintances, and even strangers showed up with instruments, some identical to those Brandon and Gwendolyn had lost. This outpouring of support inspired Brandon to launch Outages Musicians, an initiative aimed at helping fellow artists replace their lost gear and share their stories. The project quickly grew, with the creation of a registry for artists to sign up for help, an app to streamline instrument donations, and even a free record store where people could begin to rebuild their music collections. For Brandon, it wasn't just about replacing material possessions, but about reviving memories and emotional connections that these items held. He envisioned Outages Musicians as a musical hub for the community, a space where people could come together, share stories, and heal through music. Thanks to the generosity of the community and successful fundraising efforts, Outages Musicians has been able to establish a physical space for live performances, rehearsals, recording sessions, and instrument repairs. Brandon's hope is that this initiative will provide ongoing support for artists coping with their losses, offering them a place to rebuild and connect over music. This story is a powerful reminder of the human spirit's capacity for resilience, compassion, and creativity in the face of adversity. It shows us how even in our darkest moments, there is always the potential for something beautiful and meaningful to emerge. As we pause to reflect on Brandon J's journey and the impact of Outages Musicians, let's remember the importance of community and the transformative power of kindness. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we conclude our journey today, I'd like to take you to a destination that's steeped in history and intrigue, the eternal city of Rome. While many of us have wandered through the bustling streets of Rome, taking in the grandeur of the Colosseum and the majesty of the Vatican, there are still hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Imagine being able to explore an ancient Roman home tucked away beneath the bustling city streets without ever having to leave your seat. That's now possible, thanks to an innovative new project that's offering livestream tours of the House of the Griffins, a remarkably well-preserved underground dwelling located on the Palatine Hill. This incredible piece of history dates back to the 1st century BCE and features 2 stories of ancient architecture, complete with an atrium, pool, and several highly decorated rooms. The walls are adorned with stunning frescoes and mosaics, including the 2 white stucco griffins that give the residence its name. As we explore this ancient home, we're not just walking through a relic of the past, we're experiencing the daily life of ancient Romans. We're seeing the intricate details that made up their world, from the beautiful artwork to the carefully crafted architecture. The House of the Griffins is more than just a historical site, it's a window into a bygone era. And now, thanks to this innovative livestream project, visitors can explore this incredible piece of history without ever having to physically be there. As we conclude our journey today, I'm reminded that even in the most familiar of destinations, there are always new stories waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're exploring the ancient ruins of Rome or wandering through the small towns of rural America, there's always something new to discover and always a story to be told. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep on traveling.